I should begin by telling you that what I have to say unquestionably hurts me more than it hurts you. But I won't, because that would be selfish, self-serving, and self-indulgent. Further, this isn't about me, and it never was. It's about you, and how you know that I know that you know that you would rather not have to have this conversation at all. Still, while I will not dwell on how I have suffered in preparing for this conversation, I will tell you that I have been struggling for weeks now to maintain an erection, something I am proud to say had otherwise not been a concern for me since I gave up sniffing glue in the late 80s. To be clear, though, I am not blaming you for this, just as I do not hold you responsible for our financial difficulties. But as you can imagine, this isn't easy for me. My father and his father before him built this business from the ground up. Now, was this accomplished on the backs of underpaid workers like yourselves? And were labor laws bent, sometimes broken? Possibly. That's how these things work when you're getting started. Did my family have dealings with the mob, including the extortion and firebombing of competitors? Some have testified to this, though please note that few of them are still available to do so today. Further, did my father and his father before him whore around, drink too much, and abdicate any and all responsibility for raising their children or providing a strong male presence in their lives? Maybe. Just like it may be true that said fathers would have never designated said business to the limp, yet humble man standing before you today if they weren't doing 10 to 15 years in a minimum security prison in Kansas after being caught participating in a series of alleged kickback schemes initiated by our former governor. But I digress. Again, this is about you, not me, my father, or even my erectile dysfunction. This is about your welfare, your livelihoods, and your ability to hold your head up high before your family, your community, and your God, whichever God it is you choose to worship, be you Christian, Jewish, Muslim, or Wiccan. I understand that you may be worried about whether I will be able to finish building my new eco-friendly vacation home, meet the payments on my cars and boats, and support not one but 3 ex-wives, and 8 children attending private schools ranging from kindergarten to college. But I need to stress here that this is a time where you must think about yourselves and not me. I do not need your pity or even ask for it. What I need is to be above empathy, and like any father figure, ensure that you think of me as distant, cold, and non-responsive. The fact is, I can't help you now, but what I can do is encourage you to focus on more than just the bills you can no longer pay and the possibility of losing your homes. No, you must also think of this time as an opportunity, something that builds strength and allows you to better understand just how many of your needs are materialistic in nature and fail to fill any true void in your character or spiritual life. Now, could I just go and give you a fish? Maybe even many fish? Sure I could. But why do that when I can encourage you to learn how to fish on your own? What's most important, I think, is that, like me, you put a healthy distance between what has transpired and what might be. So, please ignore the fact that we have not only failed to match your 401k payments over the last 6 months, but to be truthful, have failed to deposit your payments at all. Further, you may have heard that we haven't paid your health insurance premiums in 12 weeks. But remember, this is only an issue if something was to actually happen to you or your family and you have to go see a doctor. But say nothing happens. And what's the difference, right? Finally, it's also true that I come to you today to let you know that we are closing the office immediately, like right now. And while I apologize about the short notice, isn't it easier this way? Why come into work for days, if not weeks on end, just to collect another paycheck? Isn't it more fulfilling to be free and liberated from the shackles of a low-salary, go-nowhere job that does little to enrich your life beyond paying for your mortgage, your children's braces, and your grocery bill? You don't need to answer that. No, really, you don't. Because I think I speak for all of us when I say that the only thing we truly have to fear is fear itself. And if we choose to, we can look at this as the dawn of a new and wonderful time in our lives. In closing, then, good luck, Godspeed, and on your way out, please leave your keys with the armed guard by the door.